Hi everybody, welcome to Kathy's Beautiful Blooms. I'm so excited to be back in my studio tonight. I had been doing a little bit of traveling and I have a fun project lined up for us to do. I'm going to do this step by step and I'm not going to be turning the camera on and off. So if you need to pause it and take a little break and then come back, that's fine too. If you want to go ahead and watch the whole video, go to the store and get your materials and come back and make it with me. That'll be fabulous. My channel is Kathy's Beautiful Blooms and my Facebook group is Floral Class with Kathy, and that's K-A-T-H-Y. Okay, I hope everybody's doing wonderful. Let's just hang out and have some fun. My daughter's going to be getting married next year, and so I thought I'd experiment with making a wedding shower table centerpiece and see what I might want to come up with. I did get some beautiful champagne roses from Amazon, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use them for this or for the table runner. So we'll just see as we go. Okay, so the first thing, let me turn on my hot glue gun because I am going to be doing something with that. What I have here is some dry floral foam, and they come in little blocks like this, and I'm going to be cutting this down to go into my container. And I have some Oasis, this is Oasis waterproof tape, and this stuff is fabulous. You need this, okay? And it just is only sticky on the one side. And this right here is called floral foam, and this is slightly sticky on both sides. And this is Oasis waterproof tape, and I'm going to be using my waterproof tape to secure my container, okay? And I have some floral wire. Let me see. Let's check this out. This one. Okay, this is a 22 gauge, and this is just basic floral wire. And I have some thicker or some thinner wire. This wire right here, these strips, these come in like 24-inch long strips. And sometimes when I'm wiring my roses, I like to buy this one. And other times I buy it in the roll. But you can get whatever gauge you want. This is a really thick gauge, 22. So I don't use it a whole lot. I prefer these thinner, more flimsier ones. Like when I use my bow dabber and I make a bow or something, I like to use these. But this is a thick 22 gauge, and I probably won't be using that. It's super, super thick. It's not near as flimsy as the other one. The other one's probably like 20 gauge or something. I'm not really sure on that. Okay. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I've been having a few issues with my microphone. Let me see. Is that sound good for you guys? Okay. And what I wanted to show you is I have this Silk and Splendor I bought at my local craft store for $5.99, and this is for to spray your silk flowers. When you spray your silk flowers, you don't need to wipe this off, rinse it, or anything. You just spray it on there and it'll dry by itself, and it shines up, cleans and shines up your silk foliage. Okay, so I do like to use this because it does make it shiny. Okay, all right. So now I'm waiting for my hot glue gun to get, I think I'll take that thing off. I'm having a little trouble with the sound. Let's see how that does. I'm waiting for my hot glue gun to get hot because I will be using it. I always like to tell everyone when you're putting together an arrangement to make sure and get top quality flowers, and that really does matter, okay? For example, let me see here. I bought these right here, these very cheap plastic flowers at a local store, and you can see those. And when you feel the petals of it, and if it's plasticky and you can hear it all plasticky, don't get those, okay? Because your money would be better spent buying top quality florals. And then if you want to go to like Dollar Tree or something like that, you can buy floral foam and tape and all that kind of stuff. But your blooms, you should try to make sure that those are quality ones. I ordered these beautiful ones right here on Amazon. And when Amazon ships these, they do crunch them all up like this. They're all like crunched like this, and they're packed really, really tight. And this is like one stem. And they bend them over, and they just crunch them all up. But these are beautiful. And when you touch the petals on these are soft and they're silk. So you'll want to use beautiful, beautiful top quality flowers. You can get some filler and stuff like that, and occasionally you can find some flowers at like Dollar Tree or something like that, but I highly recommend that you only use top quality silk flowers for your beautiful arrangements, okay? And for example, I'm not knocking the Dollar Tree at all, because I do shop there, and I actually went on Amazon and I was looking for a container that I wanted to make my wedding shower florals in, and I really couldn't find one that I wanted. So what I did, I said, well, I'm going to be a little bit creative and see what I can come up with that I like better. So I bought this bowl here. This is a square shaped bowl. You can see it's square. I bought this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I'm going to make my own container for this, because like I said, I really couldn't find one. I didn't want to use the traditional urns and stuff like that, so I thought, let me get a little creative and see if I can come up with a container that I like maybe better than something I could find on Amazon, because I really didn't find exactly what I was looking for. So I did get this, and I'm gonna get my, this is a Sure Bonder wireless hot glue gun. It fits my hand perfectly, and it stays hot for 2 minutes without putting it back on the charger, and I just love that. Very convenient. So what I'm going to do for my container is, first you'll want to clean everything. Make sure your container's all nice and clean and dry. And I'm just going to turn it upside down. Let me pull this back so you can actually see. Okay, I'm going to turn it upside down on my table. And then I got this little, I believe this is an incense burner, because there's a hole in the middle and it's ceramic. And can you see that? And you put the stem in there, I think, for, I don't burn incense or anything, but I think this is an incense burner. But when I put these two together just like this, I really didn't think it had enough height, so I went ahead and got this. It's kind of rounded at the top, and I thought what I would do is I would just go ahead and put that right on the top like that, and then I would put this one on top here like this. And I'm going to hot glue this together, and I'm going to make my own container, and all my flowers are going to go into my bowl. Okay, so let me go ahead and just do that now. And I don't want any hot glue showing on this part, because I might put a ribbon there if it does, but I'm going to try to keep it on the inner part of my my container here. Okay, let's just go ahead and do that right now and see. I'm just running this all on the inner side, like so. I'll do it kind of quick so it stays very nice, and I want it very, very secure, so I might actually go around it twice with my hot glue. Okay, and I'm just going to put that on there just like that, and I'm going to hold it. When you're working with your hot glue, don't get in any kind of hurry, because I've noticed if you do get in a hurry, it doesn't last. You end up having to do it again or something like that. So I do want to hold that for a minute and make sure it is nice and bonded. And I don't mind taking my time to do that, because I've learned the hard way that if you just let it go and keep going, then you're going to have to do it again, or it's not going to be as sturdy as you really want it to be. But I think this is going to be a fantastic container for what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. I think that's probably going to be pretty good. Okay, see? I think that's okay. That's bonding, and I did go around that twice. And this is nice and smooth. I'm not sure how it looks on the camera, but it is nice and smooth on there. And then I'm going to keep my bowl the same direction, like this. And I'm going to play with it just a little bit to see where it sits the flattest. See, and then I've found the spot for it. So I'm going to put glue, my hot glue on this, and then I'm going to set it on there. And I might need to go ahead. Sometimes when I'm running out of glue right here, if I don't get the really long stick, I like to go ahead and lay that out and then put a new stick, because then I don't have to stop when I'm working on my project to put another glue stick. Let me see, is it catching? There we go. See, once that catches, now I've got a lot of glue stick to work with, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead, see where that sits nice and sturdy. And I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to put it right around the rim right here. Just like this. And like just the same as I did the bottom. I don't want any glue showing. So I'm probably just going to go around it 2 times. And I think that's going to hold it. I might even put some in the middle. It's fine. Alright, now let me lay this on there the same direction. Let's see. Well, that just naturally grabbed it, put it right where it belongs. Okay? See, you can get really creative with your container, because your container is only like 20 to 30% of your arrangement anyway. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. I spent $1.25 for the bowl, $1.25 for the incense burner, and $1.25 for this bowl. So there you go. Okay. Clean up something I had wet there. And I'm just going to press that just a minute, because we do want this to be very secure together. Okay. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, now this is going to be my container. Isn't that beautiful? And you'll want to make your arrangement 1.5 to 2 times, or, you know, there's no real set rule about making your arrangement 1.5 to 2.5 times just the height of your container, but in general you'll make it 1.5 to 2, maybe 2.5 times the height of your container. But I really like the way that is sitting there. So okay, I can see that I didn't hold this actually long enough, so it did come loose, and that's okay. That's why we're doing this together, and we're not skipping ahead on anything, because I want you guys to be able to see if something like this happens. So what I'm going to do about it, right? Okay, so I had it on there like that, and it really did not hold up very well. So I'm also going to put glue here as well this time. I'm going to put a big gob there. And this did not hold the way that I had hoped that it would. So if it doesn't hold again, then I'm going to come up with plan B. It's no big deal whatsoever. All right, there we go. I'm putting a big gob in the middle, because I do want that to hold nice. And if it does go on the side, I'll just put a ribbon there. Okay, let me, oh no, I put it on with my bowl crooked. See, this is the reason that I don't fast forward these. Oh no. Now I need to take my bowl off. Oh my goodness. I didn't even look when I set it there, and it did adhere very nicely. Well, okay, well, you know what? Sometimes when things like that happen, it's meant to be. So, let me let that dry, and then it'll probably come off like it did before. Let me see. Okay, so anyway, we'll talk about something else, and if that dries and I lift it up and it comes off, then I'll come up with plan B. This is the reason I don't like to skip ahead on my videos, because when this happens, and something like, I've not made one of these before, and when something like this happens, I want to show you what I do about it. Okay? Alright, let's just set that to the side and think on that for a minute, because that hot glue did not adhere to the glass. So, what else might I do for that? Let me see. Well, it's adhering this time, and my bowl is crooked. So I really need my top part to come off. Let me see. Well, I glued the top part really good, so I guess it is bonding. I don't know why you know, but I think actually what I'm going to do even though my container is turned, it's not exactly straight the way I wanted it to be, like up and down. It might be meant to be like that. And when I have my greenery over the side, we're probably not even going to be able to tell. And I will probably make another one of these before I, you know, take it off to my daughter's wedding shower. But for right now, see, this came off all dried. Let me see. I don't know. I really would love to get the top off. I wonder if I could. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, now. All right, let me just start again because this bottom piece is not coming off. So that is very good news. And it took a bit of prying to get that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover the whole top and I'm going to make sure it's straight. Thank you for your patience doing this with me. But that's okay. Things like this happen all the time. You just have to have a plan B or just keep working at it. So I want to go ahead and get all the dried glue off because I want to try to do it again. And that's really on there good. So what I can do, yeah, just go ahead and take any chunky pieces off because I want it to be kind of smooth when I, there, it's coming off nicely. There we go. Well, let me see. This might end up being another 2.5 hour video like the one when I made the casket spray the other day. 2 hours and 35 minutes. And that's okay. I had so much fun making it. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this straight. I think I got a little distracted when the first piece fell off, but it's very sturdy on there now. I have full confidence this part won't come off again. Okay, so let me get my glue going again. Put another stick in here so that I'm completely ready to go. Sometimes I buy the long glue sticks, but I didn't this time. So, okay, now I want this to go straight. So let me see. I want that to be straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the whole inside of this with glue. A big gob, and especially a big gob that can grab the middle. Okay? And I might even put another glue stick in here. And I might go over it one more time because I do want this to be completely full of glue because I don't want that to come off again. Like this. Just like so. And when I'm going over this glue right here again, it reheats it so before it dries. Okay, I'm doing a big gob in the middle because that seems to grab it better. Okay, now let's try. Okay, I have a lot. I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. I want it to be straight, perfectly straight. All right. Okay, is that straight? Before I put pressure. Okay, that's straight. Let me just put pressure on it. Pressure, because I put a lot. You live and learn, right? It's okay. This is so much fun. You want a stress-free environment. You can mess up, you can take it apart, you can put it back together again. Just keep trying. And it's going to turn out beautiful. Okay, let me just make sure. I can feel warmness through the bowl actually, so I know the glue is adhering to that. It was very, very hot. And I'm just putting pressure and I can feel warmness on the bottom of my container here. So I think it's going to be perfect. And I could have made it with it crooked like that, but it was really bugging me. So I am happy I was able to get the top off so that we could do it properly. Okay. This little fuzzy thing fell off my microphone. Sorry about that. So it's a little bit fuzzy. Let's see if I can fix it. It's not quite so fuzzy. Okay, is that better? Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm always playing with something. But I love being here in the studio with all of you. And everybody, all of my viewers are so kind and patient with me, and I greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Let's test it right now. Okay, I'm gonna hold it by this. Okay, I think it's okay. Hold it by this. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hold it right here. Okay, I think that is secured wonderful. I can still feel it's a little bit warm right here, so it's still drying. Okay, that is gonna be our container, all right? And it's a square bowl, and it's gonna be just perfect. Okay, we got that part done. I'm gonna move my glue gun over here so I don't burn myself on the camera. All right, so we're gonna remove this excess glue. Have a drink of my tea. Probably shouldn't be drinking so much tea at night, but I love it. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys is we're gonna go ahead and put, I think we'll just go ahead and put our floral foam in here. Okay, let's see how much we're gonna need. Well, I'm gonna cut it down like so. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna use a block and a half, I think. Okay, I'm just cutting my floral foam here, like so. I don't know if this is what I need or the height, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that down a little bit more. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down a little bit more. I don't think I need it to be that tall right there. So I'm just gonna cut that down and remove. When you're using this floral foam, make sure and wash your hands, okay? Because it does have a chemical in there. All right, I'm gonna put this little block right here on the bottom, and I'm gonna put this one on the top, and then I'm gonna put another one right beside it. I'm gonna cut another one very similar to this one. Okay. Okay. So okay. I think that's very, very close right there. And I think I'm just gonna use 2 of these like this. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. This piece here is, I want to cut the edges because I want this to sit flat on the bottom for me, like this. And it's a little bit bigger. So yeah, see, this piece here fits very snug in the bottom and flat. That's what I wanted, flat. So I'm gonna put the glue on my directly on top of my foam, just like that. Okay, and I'm gonna glue that. I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold it because I want that to be secure. But I am gonna be using my my Oasis waterproof tape on there. So if I don't hold it too long, it's okay because I will be securing it extra. Okay, let's remove some of this excess. Okay, so these, let me see, are these about the same? I always like to round off my ends for some reason. All right. Okay. I don't need it all the way to the end of my container here, so let me just cut off a little bit on the sides here. I really don't need it hanging off the container like that. Okay. Kind of want it inside the container. And just kind of do that however you think. Let me see how that is. That's coming together a little bit better, more inside my container like I want. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these 2 pieces together right here. Okay, and it looks like to do that, I'm probably gonna need another glue stick. I'm just using these little mini glue sticks, but you can buy these in a longer length if you want to. And when I get it started, sometimes I like to just do like that. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this together like so. See, this is like the same. I just kind of cut it up. I'm just going to hold them together for a second. It's about 10 o'clock here in Texas. We got a little bit of rain today. We watched our 2-year-old granddaughter Ella. We had such a great day. And she went to sleep now so I can create on my YouTube channel. All right, so I got that there, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here, like this, right here in the middle, just like so. Just like this, right here, right there. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to set it right there on top of my block. Like, and I'm pressing down a little bit. And did you notice I left about an inch above, well, maybe a little bit more than an inch above my container, because I'm going to put my side flowers in here. So you always want to leave half an inch to 1 inch above your container of your foam so you can put all your greenery. Okay. All right, let's clean this up, and then I'm going to wash my hands, and we're going to be on to the next step. I hope all of you will watch the video and like and share and subscribe. And I'm a brand new YouTube content creator, and I greatly appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for watching. And I hope that you'll watch the video, you'll go to your craft store and get some similar items, and you'll come back, turn it on, and make this with me. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so I was working with this floral foam, and it does have chemicals in it. It's not recommended that you let children work on that, but I'm going to go and wash my hands, and I'll be back. 1 second. One second. I'll be right back. Take a little break, get you a little drink, make some ice cream. I'll be right back. And I did return. Thank you for your patience. My little grandbaby went to check in on her, and she's sound asleep. She had a really big day. 3 trips to the park. Okay, let me clean up some of this foam, and then let me see. I think I'm going to show you guys what you do, how to unpack your Amazon, or if you shop at a wholesaler, how to unpack your florals, okay? And what you need to do. Okay. This one at the top. This one here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Is that gonna be one? Okay, so like I said before, I ordered these from Amazon, and I just think they're just so beautiful. And these are nice and silk ones, but They do come in this stem here like this, and they bend it and they crush them and they put them in the box and everything. So when you do get these, you want to make your arrangement with them just like this. First of all, what I usually do is I like to get my Silk and Splendor spray, and I'll spray my leaves. And you don't have to do anything to these. I normally will spray them and just shake them down like so, and they're gonna dry. But for the video, I'm not gonna have time to do all of them, but you'll just wanna hold them in a bunch and just spray them around and then shake them down to dry. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is first thing I do is I bend the wire up, and that way I'm kind of holding them in a bouquet, and then I separate them. Before I start my design, I make my leaves beautiful and shiny and clean, because they do come quite dusty. And you can get Morning Glory, or you can get, this comes in a can. It's $10 if you get it. And the spray can is a lot easier to use, but they only happen to have this the day that I went. So I did go ahead and get that. But I do prefer the spray can. It's a little bit neater. And you don't have, like I said, you don't have to rinse these or anything. You just spray it on there and that's it. Okay, and then when you are cutting your stems, you always want to cut everything at a sharp angle, sharp as you can get it, and that makes a sharp stem, and it's going to go. You can even hear it. See how nice that goes into your foam? If it was just straight, you just have to push a little. It just makes a sharp tip on there when you do that, and it goes into your foam. Okay, so what I do, I sprayed my leaves. See how pretty and shiny those are? Look at that. Okay, and then I just get my hair dryer, any kind of heat source, and I just go right like that over my hair. I put the heat source on there, and see how beautiful that is? See? It opens it right up. And that is so pretty, and that one is ready to go. Okay. I wanted to show you guys the champagne roses that I bought. I just love the colors. Love it. Okay. These are the champagne roses that I bought. And they come, you know, kind of like that on a big long stem, and it's kind of folded right here. But aren't those pretty? I'm not sure if I'm gonna put that in this arrangement, although this is a champagne color. It looks almost like a ivory, a creamy ivory, creamy ivory maybe, and they're just exquisite. These are called champagne roses. I want you to be able to see those really good in the color. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use those right now, but I do love these. And like I said, this is the comparison. The cheaper plastic ones, when you can hear that these are plastic, but these are beautiful silk ones, and they have very soft petals. And then I just get my blow dryer and I heat them up. That opens them up so nice. Aren't those beautiful? Okay, so we're gonna get rid of those. And I ordered this eucalyptus. I don't know if you can see it, but almost every leaf on here has dust. All right, let me see if I can show you guys. All right, can you see that? I'm just gonna wipe the dust off with my thumb, and you can see the difference. Okay, that's why I use the leaf shiner, because it gets rid of the dust and the dirt and the grime, and it shines them up. And to do these, I'll usually just get a bunch at one time, and I'll just spray these. I'll spray these like this. And then, like I said, there's no need to dry them. I just shake it down. Shake it down like this. Can you see the difference? Okay, let me get another one that I did not treat so you can actually see the difference. Okay. Can you see the difference? These are the same ones. I did this one with the leaf shine, and this is how it came from Amazon. Okay, that's the reason you'll want to go ahead and use the Silk and Splendor or Morning Glory, whatever you have, to clean your leaves. And then you just shake them down. Very easy to do. No wiping or drying or anything. Just spray it and shake them. That's it. Okay, see, those are looking so pretty already. Oh, okay, now we've got this in there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I've got this nice and secure. I'm gonna hold it from the bottom to show you how secure this is. Okay, and now I'm gonna take my Oasis waterproof tape, and I'm gonna secure this. I come over on the side, and I press it down with my finger right here, and go over the top, and then I'll just cut that off. I have some nice scissors here. I'm just going to cut that off about right there, and I'm gonna press it with my thumb underneath to hold it nice. Okay, and I'm gonna do one in the middle, like this, just like that. And this is going to be a very secure arrangement. See? Just like that. Just like that. And if you have any hot glue or anything, just check for that. Okay, so now we've done that. This piece was a little bit longer than I wanted, so I'm just going to snip that off. Okay, so this is very, very secure. So we are ready to work with that. Okay, now I have a bunch of greenery here. But first, let me go ahead and show you this. I'm not going to use a lot of this, but this is preserved moss here, you see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some on top. Whatever, I don't really have very much in there anyway. So I'm just going to put it in. If I had more in my bag, I would likely put some on the side, but as you can see, that's all I have left. But this is going to be so well covered, it's not going to matter. But I did want to put a little bit on there so I can show you a little trick. If you don't have a U-hook at home, if you've been to my classes in person, or you've watched my other videos, you've already seen this. But I'm going to show you again if you haven't. You just get a piece of your floral wire and just bend it over your finger like that, and you're just making a little hook. And then you just stick the hook right down into the foam, and that's going to hold your moss for you. Okay? And because when you buy the U-hooks, and you can buy those at your local craft store, there's like 1,000 or something in the bag, and you may not need that many, and you can just make one yourself. Just like that. That's all there is to it, okay? And I actually think these are better because it's really thin. And you can make it wide if you want it wide, or you can make it narrow, whatever you want. And that's going to hold all of your moss in there. And like I said, I ran out of this. Otherwise, I probably would put some on the side, but I'm going to have this so well covered, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. I think I'll show you this. This is what I'm using. This is in, this comes in like a 24, 26 inch long stem, and it's sold just like that. And I like using this. So you can buy this same thinner 20 gauge on a roll, but I like to buy it in strips sometimes, especially when I'm wiring my roses. And I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by wiring my roses, okay? I just recently made a 3-foot casket spray, and I did wire some of my roses in that. But let me go ahead and show you that real quick. Okay, another thing is I absolutely adore working with faux flowers and real flowers. For this arrangement, I don't have any real roses at the moment. It's 10 o'clock at night here, but I will add a few real roses to this because I think your money goes a long ways when you get your artificial flowers and then you get a few of the real roses and you have them in throughout your arrangement, okay? But if this were a real rose, or even an artificial rose if it's falling over or anything, but I just get a piece of floral wire, just a little piece of floral wire, and what you do to wire your roses, if you have real roses or something, you'll just put the wire about 1/2 inch into the head of your rose, just like so. Let me see if it'll go in there. And then once you get it in there, you just very lightly go around it like this, like that. That's all you do for that. And then you would just stick it in there, and it holds it very nice for you. So you can, that's a way you can wire your real roses, okay? All right, so now let me see what else I did yet. I got these. These are pretty. Okay, let me shine these up real quick. All right, let me see what else we have. I have more eucalyptus. I love working with eucalyptus and lamb's ear and all that. Okay, and I do want my leaves to be beautiful and shiny. And I got some of these I call these little round dollar leaves. I love these. These are one of my favorite, but these were quite dusty from the store. Okay, so shake those. What else do we have? I have some artificial leather leaf here. And these are already quite shiny, but I'm going to go ahead and shine these up a little bit more. Shake, 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 shake. Like that. See? Let me see if you can see it. See how pretty those are? I'm going to use a little bit of that. I have a branch that has these, and I might not use it in a big gob like that. If I didn't want to use a big gob like that, which I probably would not, I'll show you what I would do. And like I said, if you've been to my class or you watched my videos before, you may have seen this, but if you're new to the channel, I definitely want you to know about this. So, and you know that I don't like using gobs of things, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off right here, just like that. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you how to make a stem for this. Say I want this to be longer, but I didn't want to use this whole gob right here, but I wanted to use this little piece. I would just get my floral wire. I just get a piece of my floral wire here, and I get my little stem, and just a little stem that I had left over from another flower that I cut off, and you just wrap it around right here if I wanted this to be longer. And you can use this method to make a stem for anything that you have. Okay, so you just get it started and go round and round and round with your wire like this. You'll want it real secure on there. Go around a few times just to make sure you have it really good, like that. And then you'll end it by coming down this just a little bit. Alright, so see, now we have a nice long stem. I'm going to cut off the excess. Alright. See, I had this little, the cute little flower right here. And the stem was only about that big because it fell off something else and I wanted to use it. So I did go ahead and make me a stem for that. You can make a stem for anything. And then once you make your stem, just go ahead and grab your floral tape. This one is not the waterproof sticky one like this is Oasis, and this is 1/2 inch, and this is Oasis tape, and it's waterproof. And it's only sticky on one side, and this is floral foam, and it's slightly sticky on both sides. So to do this, all you do is start at the top and put your finger on it, and this tape you'll want to pull it, the end of this right here, you'll want to pull it down in a spiral motion as tight as you can get it, just like that. Now we have a beautiful stem that we can use, and we would cut it at an angle. always cut all of your stems at an angle, and it goes really nice into your floral foam. Okay, so now let me gather a few more greeneries, then we'll get started. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, we have this. Amazon sent this with my greenery, and I might just go ahead and fluff this one up. We like everything to be nice and open and clean, and it also gets a little bit of dust off too. Okay, we have these that have the nice little berries on there. We're just going to shine those up a bit and shake, shine and shake. That's all there is to that. Okay. Let me see, did I get anything different that I haven't showed you yet? Okay, here we go. I got some of these. Can you see that? And these you'll be able to see the difference when we shine these up as well. I call this Tree of Life. Isn't that cute? Okay, I shine the front and back of these, and I'm going to shake these really, really good because there's quite a bit. Okay, and we're going to see how silky and shiny these are. Okay, we're going to use some of those. And let's see what else. I ordered hydrangeas today. Amazon brought all of my lovely flowers. My white roses, my champagne roses, my greenery. They brought me some, let me show you what else I got. I may have to take this off 1 second. I got a box of these. When you're working with your artificial flowers, your faux flowers, and we're combining your real flowers, you'll want to use one of these. This is called a water tube. It's about 4 inches long, and it has a little plastic cap on the top. You just take that off. You just fill this all the way to the top with water, and then put your cap back on top. And if this were my real rose, I would just put it right down in the water, and then just, since it's pointed like this, it would go right into my foam, okay? Just like that. And when I do add my real flowers to my wedding shower bouquet, I'm going to use these and put it right down into my foam. Okay, so these are little water containers, so you'll want to get some of these. If you're just getting started in floral design, there's some things that you want to get. These are wire cutters. And I got these out of my husband's truck, but they work better than the ones that I bought at the craft store or online. So I do use these. So you need some wire cutters, you need a pair of scissors, you need some Oasis waterproof tape, you need some floral tape, you need some wire, you need to get some wire, and you need to get some floral foam, and just have those things on hand at all times. And that way, if you're out at the store and you see some beautiful blooms at your local craft store you want to get or something, you already have things at home to put it together, and you won't have to think about that. You'll just gather your blooms. Okay, so when you're getting started, and there's so many things you can buy. You can get a rose stemmer that you attach it to your rose and just pull down, and you can get a floral stemmer. If you're working with those big round balls of foam, you need a floral stemmer for that, because it's hard to cut this at an angle and push it into your floral foam. So I have to use something like that because it makes it easier. Okay, so these are my water tubes. I got those, and I'll be using those soon. But my hydrangeas, for some reason, got lost in the delivery set up, so I didn't get my hydrangeas today, and I had planned to use some hydrangeas for this, and I'm going to be making another video this week, and I'll use my hydrangeas for that, so make sure and look forward to coming back to seeing that video. Okay. Excuse me. I think now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in my greenery right now. Okay. I'm going to just And this, the first layer, I'm going to put it low on my container. I'm just laying this on my container and pushing straight in like that. Okay? Like that. And push this in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, and these aren't exactly the easiest to push in, but when you're making your arrangement, what you do on one side, you want to do on the other side. So let's go ahead and put a piece of this over here on the other side. Okay. So I like to make a triangle, and using these large leather leaves are perfect for my triangle. Okay, and then my triangle can be my base for my arrangement. Okay, so I'm going to make a triangle with these, something like that. Actually, I think I'll do it like that. All right, I might pull this one a little bit more over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make kind of like a little triangle with that, and I'm going to go ahead and put in some more of my greenery around. And keep in mind, when you're designing, what goes up must come down. So if I put this piece here, then I'm going to need to put some at the bottom. So okay, what goes up must come down. So I'm going to put this little piece right there. And this has one, two, three, four. This is like 6 or 7 branches, and I don't need all that in my arrangement. So I'm going to cut this apart. Okay, I definitely do not need all that, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this apart and put it in there. Okay, and I'm going to put this on the baseline, what I call my first layer. And because I have some on this side, I'm going to put some on the other side. I actually love putting the greenery in. It's so fun. And sometimes if it doesn't go in straight, you can put it down at an angle, and that'll help you out also. All right, so next I want to put some of these in here, and I'll probably just cut the branch off. And in floral design, a lot of times you'll hear me say we work in odd numbers and triangles, and I do that with a lot of designs that I do. And that has 3 on there, the odd number. I like that. And so I'm just going to go on my baseline and I'm going to go down at a little bit of an angle, and I don't mind if it layers down. That's fine. And I did one on this side. So when you watch the whole video and you go to the store and you get some greenery and your roses and garden roses or whatever flowers you're going to get, then come back and start the video over again, and we'll do it together. Okay? All right. And my Facebook group is Floral Class with Kathy, Kathy. If any of you make anything, I would absolutely love it if you would send me a photo so I can see it. Okay, so I did one on this side. I'm going to do one on this side. And I'm putting this kind of down at the angle on my baseline right here. Right there like that. I might need to shine up a few more of my leaves, but I don't think I need to right now. Alright. What else do we have here? Well, this is already starting to look so pretty. It's a little sparse, so I do want to keep going with these. I'm just trying to... Okay, so I put these down here, so I need to put one at the top, don't I? What goes up must come down. You'll hear me say that a lot because it does create balance, and it's absolutely necessary, okay? Alright, and I do have quite a bit of this leather leaf, so let me just go ahead and... I might not put it... I might cut some of these pieces off because I don't want my leather leaf sticking out that high. So I'm just going to go right up here on the branch like this, and I'm just going to cut off a few of these lower leaves because I don't need all those, especially for the top. Alright, so I'm just going to cut off a few and then stick it right down in the foam, just like that. There we go. And I'm just going to stick that right there. Okay. That's perfect. And I do have a little bit of this, and I'm going to save that for a filler for the end of my container. Let me put a little bit more of my eucalyptus. And you don't want your leaves at the bottom going into your foam, so if you can pull those off, do so. If you can't, then cut them with your scissors. Do you see how much cleaner that is? All right, and we'll put a piece there. And because I put a piece there, and also if you have a piece that's long like this, you can make 2 pieces out of this. So don't think you're gonna waste it if you cut the top off. I wanna use the top right now. So I'm gonna peel off the extra leaves because I don't want that to go in my foam. And I'm gonna put one there. And then the piece that I had left over here, the bottom part of it, is that the right one? That one has been cut up a little bit, but this one, I'm gonna use that. I like to say use everything. And you know, you are paying money for your quality blooms, so try to make sure and use everything. And then it's gonna be just as cost effective as if you had maybe shopped Dollar Tree for your florals or something. If you make sure and use everything. That's my thinking on it. Okay, I hope that you have your materials and you're making this with me. I'm showing you step by step exactly how to do it. And I noticed some of these are very dusty, and I did spray it, but if it didn't get all of it, just take your thumb and get that off of there. Okay, let me just go ahead and continue filling this in. Let me see if I have any different greenery. Let me see, I have some more of this. Let me go ahead and put another branch or 2 of this in there. We already have some in the middle. We have some, let me put some on this side. And this is my first layer. Once I get everything going on my first layer, I'm gonna go ahead and do a second layer. So let me just speed it up a little bit and get some greenery in here. Let's just get going with this. And I'm gonna peel this off here. Okay. I want it to be nice and full. And I have more leather leaf. Let me just go ahead and I'll remember the first 3 leather leaves that I did, because that's where I'm gonna put most of my I'm gonna start my arrangement. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how I work in triangles with that. All right, and now I'm starting on my second layer. That is gonna be like 1/2 inch above my first layer. 1/4 to 1/2 inch above my first layer, I'm putting a second layer of greenery all around. That's all I'm working on. What you do on one side, do on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then this one on my second layer, I'm tilting it upward a bit. See, I'm tilting that like going upward a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to do one on this side. And it's already starting to look so full. If I had some jade, I would definitely put some in here, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to work with what I have right now. And I think I cut that one a little bit too short. Okay, what else do we have? I have another bunch. I have a bunch of eucalyptus, and I love working with lamb's ear, eucalyptus, jade, leather leaf. I love all that, all of those. Okay. Okay, it's starting to look full already, and these are going to help fill it out a lot. So I'm going to use some more of this. Okay, there's 2 bunches together there, but that's fine. Let me see how it's starting to look over here. My second layer is going in. Okay, put some more of this. Okay, I'm filling in my second layer, and it is starting to look full already. Like I said, I'm going to save this. When I didn't get my hydrangeas today, I was a bit disappointed, so I decided to go ahead. And get these. Aren't those just beautiful? I just love these. Okay, so I am going to be putting those in last. A beautiful filler flower. My container's looking so pretty. It's getting full already. Wow. Let me see. It's going to go a little bit quicker when I start putting this in. When I start putting these in, it's going to go a lot faster and filling up for my greenery, okay? I'm going to go ahead and spray this one down. And shake, spray and shake, remember? That is just, it's just so fun doing this. Making beautiful arrangements. Just take your time, you can do it. And I'm going to put one right there. And what goes up must come down. We know this. So this one I'm going to be putting down. And these are all going to be super pretty and shiny, shiny. I put one over here, so I'm going to put one right here. And I'm just going to start filling this up. It's actually so fun and so relaxing. I just love, love, love it. And you're going to love it too. And sometimes I hear people say, oh, you know, Kathy, you're so talented. I don't have any talent. That is absolutely not true. You do have talent. I am showing you this step by step. If you just grab some greenery, some materials, and just do this with me, if you mess it up, take it apart and do it again. Watch the video again. You'll get it. I promise you. And you'll be so proud of yourself. Okay? I do like these a lot. So let me see where I can put some more of these. And since this is for a wedding shower, I'm using really elegant pieces of greenery. And I think it's going to be so nice. And I'm starting to put them upward now. So my first, uh-oh, I think it did move. I'm sorry about that. Oh no, maybe I better get some more glue. I think I'm going to have to actually come up with a better backup plan for my, I might have to glue that outside. And then put a ribbon around that. I believe this one's going to have to happen. Because it did lift a bit on one side. And I don't want that to happen again for any reason. So, okay, let's just keep going. I got to figure that out. And I will. Okay. Alright. Put this one right down in there. We have two there, so I need one more of those. One more of those. Okay. Shake, 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 shake it up. Shake it up now. Okay. Do you see how pretty this is looking? It's getting nice and full. I think I'm actually gonna come up with it. I'm gonna put ribbon actually around that anyway. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue just to make sure that thing is staying, because it doesn't adhere to glass as good as I thought that it might. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I love the way this is looking already, and I love working with whites and greenery. It's so elegant and pretty. I think what I'm going to do now is put a few more pieces of greenery, and then we're going to start on our roses, and we're going to decide together, should we put our champagne roses, or are they to start next to our white ones, because I'm not real sure. And when you put your things in, don't put it straight up and down. Put it at a nice little angle. Cut it at an angle and place it at an angle, okay? And that's going to help you out. Alright, these really did fill it up really quickly. And let me see if is there any spots, because we want it all nice and full. Nice and full. I've got a lot of this left. So let me put a little bit more of this in here. Thank you guys for staying with me. I really hope and pray that you will like, share, and subscribe and stay with me. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I really appreciate all of you. I just love this, and I know that with the Lord's help, I'm going to be very successful, and I can't do it without all of you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's just keep going. Going. This is looking so beautiful and full. And I know a lot of people, they do speed their videos up and they skip things, but just like when my container fell apart, I'm like, I want you to see what I did about that. you know, because it might happen to you and you may need an idea what to do. So what I've decided to do on this, I'm going to put glue. I'm going to put my hot glue all around here, and I'm going to get a very thin white ribbon, a satin ribbon, like not even been a 1/4 inch thick, and I'm going to put it around here and around here, okay, because I'm going to put secure it with extra glue just to be safe, because we want our arrangement to be very secure, okay. All right, this is just looking so good. I'm loving the way this is looking, and I am beyond excited to get those champagne roses, because that color, I just wish I could explain it to you how beautiful it is. It's I don't know, maybe y'all can comment and let me know what you think. It's not yellow. You're under the light here. It's not yellow at all. It's like a creamy ivory, like a perfect creamy ivory. I wish I know the light's really bright, so I don't know how good you can see that, but I'm definitely going to be doing some awesome things with those champagne roses. I wasn't expecting the color to be that outstanding, but it is very beautiful. Okay, now what do we want to do? Do we want to put a little bit more greenery, or do we want to incorporate that at the end if we need to? Let me take a look around and see, do I have any big holes? It's actually looking very, very full. So, yeah, I think it's looking quite full. So I think we're okay. All right, let me just move some of this greenery out of my way. And if we do have it, so if we need it, we can always come back and put some more in there. I want to move this for the moment, but we are going to be using this. This is so beautiful. Yeah. And do you see how the little berries on this right here matches the little berries here? And that's going to, you always want everything, your colors to color coordinate. And these two are going to look fabulous together. I just love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, let me just gather up my roses. I also have these, and I'm very, very tempted to incorporate a few of these, and I might. And these little peonies, I'm not sure I'd use that one, but and I have these little mini garden roses. Oh, those are like darling. I love these. I might end up putting some of these in here because I really love them. I'm trying to keep it white and greenery, but who knows? We'll see. I'm just doing this with all of you. I'm just doing it as I go. You can see this beautiful, under the light, it looks more yellow, but this beautiful peony here is so cute. I just love it. I love it. Okay. And I love mixing the roses with the peonies. Isn't that pretty? I know that light is in your eye there, and it's hard for you to see, but these look good together. Can't mess up doing those. Okay, so now I got this cute little one with the dollar leaf. So cute, so cute. All right, how many do I have? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, and I have the one I cut. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. So it looks like I have 9 of these. Okay, and I think that's actually gonna be perfect. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I haven't really decided exactly what I'm gonna do, so we're gonna decide together, okay? And feel free to leave anything you want in the comments. Go to Floral Class with Kathy, K-A-T-H-Y. If you make something, if you make one of these, please send me a photo. I would be over the moon to see what you made. Thank you for making it with me. I think right now I'm going to take like a 1 or 2 minute break, and I'll be right back. And you take a break too, okay? Okay, thank you so much. And I want all of you to do exactly what I do. When you're working on your project, get up, take a break, stretch your legs, come back with a new, fresh mindset, relax, enjoy creating. And that's why I don't like to, eventually I'm probably going to end up having to speed my videos up because some people may get really bored. But what you see is what you get with me. There's nothing fake here. I just take my time in creating, and especially when I'm teaching, I like to take my time. I might repeat something 5 times, and if I do that, it's because I heard once that it takes someone hearing something 5 times for them to remember it. Maybe you didn't take notes, so if you hear me say it a couple of times, you're going to remember. Okay? And also, it is a good idea to take notes, but you can always rewind and get your materials and come back and turn it on and make it with me, whatever we're making. And I want you all to be looking forward to the next video, because I'm probably going to use those champagne roses and make a nice, beautiful wedding shower table runner. I might make a few of them. I might make an arch with them. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen in the next video. But like I said, right now, we're just creating together. I'm just doing it, coming up with it as we go, and see what we come up with, because there's no hurry. I enjoy spending time with all of you. I'm so happy to have my new YouTube channel and be a new YouTube content creator for all of you. It's so much fun. Okay, so now, let me see. Well, we said we had 9 roses. That's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and cut these down. I'm not really sure right now how long I want this one to be. I'm going to cut it at a nice angle right here. And if your leaves are falling down like that, just take your hot glue gun and just put a little dab of glue on that, because you don't want that like moving around on you. And just give it a second to dry. You can blow on it. Just give it a little second. That's all you do. I've learned to be very patient with my hot glue gun. Okay? And I might just put this one right down in the middle. Right there. I might put it at an angle. And if these leaves were lower, I might take them out, but these are kind of nice right there. I'm putting this one right there in an angle. And let me see if I have my measuring tape. Well, guess what I have in my drawer? Midnight snack. Perfect. I love bananas. Okay. I have everything in this drawer. Okay. So I have a little cloth measuring tape here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just see from the my container. Let me see. My container is actually, my container is 6.5 inches. So if I were to go there, I would be at, let's see, I would be at about 15.5 inches. So I think I'm going to go a little bit higher with this one. And this one's not quite long enough to go that high. So let me cut another one off for the middle one. Okay, so I'm going to measure these, and I know I want it a little bit longer, so I'm just going to cut the stem at an angle a little bit longer. Okay, see, and I'm going to put this one right down in the middle, just like so, right there. And now let's measure and see what we have. Okay, that one I kind of put straight up and down, but I'm going to angle the rest of these, okay? Let's see what we have now. Now we're at about 16.5. So at 13, let's see, it was 6.5, so 12.5. So this is going to put it about a little bit under 1.5 times my container, and I think that's fine. Okay, and remember, your container is only about 30% of 20 to 30% of your arrangement. I think that's going to be like perfect right there. So now what I'm going to do, and when I did order my greenery, they did send 2 little bitty hydrangeas. So I do want to fluff those out. They only sent 2, and I ordered a whole bunch of hydrangeas today, white ones, but Amazon dropped the ball on it and they didn't arrive. nice and fluffy, lively. I think I have another one of those here somewhere. Oh, where did I put that one? Well, I think I dropped one of my peonies. Okay. I'm looking for that other little piece of hydrangea that I had here somewhere. I don't actually have to use it at the moment, but okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two of these. I'm going to take a rose and one of my peonies, and I'm going to put it together like this and cross my stems like that. And I'm going to make sure they're nice and fluffed up. And I'm just going to put a little piece of wire because I want these to stay together. And I'm going to make a bit of a focal point with these, the two together. I'm just going to twist my wire on there, just like so. And then I'm going to trim the end like this. And then I'm going to wrap it around like this. Bend it and wrap it around there tight, like this. I want these to stay together. I like these. And do you remember how we talked about the triangle, how we had a triangle with our big leather leaves? Okay, I'm going to look for my first one. And it's right here. Let's see, I want that to go in a little bit more. Let me see which one's over there by you. Let me find my triangle because I did add a few more of those. Let me look. Got one here, here. Okay, so here's one of them. And, well, that did fall apart. Let me push it up a little bit higher. Okay, and cut these at an angle here. Cut these at an angle. Both of these at a sharp angle. And here was my first one right here. Let me pull this back where you can see. Here was my first one for my triangle. So I'm going to put these in at an angle down straight in there like that. And I want those two to be together. Just like that. And when I'm sticking up and just like that. Okay. Now I got this one. And I'm going to, and I did wire this one. I'm just going to put this one, cut it down just a little bit, and I'm going to put this one right here at an angle like this, like not like that, but like this, right there. Okay, now I'm making triangles, okay? So I have one here and one here, so we know one goes right here, right? Perfect. Okay. And the flowers don't always have to be matchy-matchy either, okay? You can mix roses with your peonies. Okay, so let me see how far down I went on that one. And I'm going to put one right here. So I've got 1, 2, 3. You see my triangle right here? Okay, now I'm going to turn it. And I've got one here and here. So we know one goes right there. Do you see? It's so exciting when you get it and you just keep going with that. Okay? Now this leaf right here, it's going up and down the branch, and I don't want that. So we're going to hot glue that. We're just going to put a little dab of hot glue, and we're just going to hold it for a minute. We're just going to hold that. Okay? We might even blow on it to help it along. Hope everybody's doing good this evening. I'm not sure what time it is now, but I am in Texas. Where are all of you from? Put in the comments where you're watching from. I would love to know. Okay, so we have one here and here, and we're making our triangles, and we're going to put it in an angle so we know where this one goes. We don't even have to think about where this one's going to go. It's going to go right there. Do you see the triangle? And your triangles don't have to be absolutely perfect, but there's your triangle. Okay, so when we turn it, we have a triangle here, and when we turn it, we have a triangle here, but we do have two here because that's my focal point. See, we have a triangle here, and this is my focal point. So I'm going to add one. I'm probably going to put a piece of this with my my double stack, my rose and my peony, and I think this is going to look fabulous. I'm just going to stick some end right here. Oh, that stem may not be long enough. Let me make a stem for this real quick. I don't like the way that's too short, so I'm just going to wrap the wire around it, just like we did earlier. I'm going to wrap the wire around this right now, right here, just like so. I'm going to wrap it really tight because I want this to be very secure. Very secure. Multiple times I'm going to wrap. When it's a short, when you're working with a short stem and you're putting it on to your newly made stem, you'll want to wrap it as tight as you can. You can go up to the top and over, and then when you get to the end right here, go ahead and wrap it on the single stem 2 or 3 times, just so that that's very secure. And then trim off your extra, and then we're going to put our floral foam around there, because you never want any of your mechanics showing, right? Okay. This is looking so beautiful already. And I haven't even used my champagne roses. I'm so tempted. But like I said, I'm going to be making another video using those. See? And then you pull your floral foam just down, just like that. Or pull it at an angle. And then just kind of twist your stem. And you'll get the hang of this. Like that. Okay. And I think that's so pretty. So now I'm just going to put it right down there. Right down there. Isn't that so lovely right there? Perfect. And we're going to be using some more of that. What you do on one side, you do on the other side. And we will do that in a minute. But I'm going to continue with my roses right now. So we have 4 roses, and we have another peony here. We got something blue on it, on the tip. And we have, this one broke off, so, but I could always make a stem for that. I make a stem for everything, okay? And you'll want to do that also. All right, let me see. Now, let me go ahead and cut this down. I might go a bit low with these. Okay, so I'm gonna look right here. I'm gonna look right here. I have a triangle here. I have my triangle 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna go right here at the base of my container, right there with that. And I'm gonna look and see. Okay, so the 2 that I have together in making my triangle was right there, and I've got one right here, and this is on top of this leather leaf. That's the 3rd one. And then over here I've got a leather leaf here, and I got a flower here. So we did that. Now let me go a bit lower with these. I need a little bit of glue for this little stem that's sliding. But the leaves on here, since we shined them, they're so shiny. They're so shiny and pretty. You don't want to skip that step, okay? Because like I said, they do arrive dusty sometimes and dirty. So this shine Silk and Splendor right here, it shines them and it cleans them, and you don't have to wipe it or anything. You just shake it down, and it's so easy to use. It's perfect. Okay, so on this side, I'm going to put one low into the base right here. See, I put this one low right here. Okay, now let's see what we have. We still have our triangle, and we have our low one, and we have, this is our focal point right here. This is going to be my focal point area. Okay, and so we need a low one here on the other side, and we did use a peony on this side, so we are going to put a peony on that side, okay? And if I have a 3rd one, I'm going to use that. Okay, this one doesn't have any leaves on it, and that's okay. We don't care. We don't need them. And I'm just going to put that low right there. I put that one low, pretty low right there. Okay. And now we have, let me cut this one. Do we need another low one? Let me check. What do we need now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's an odd number. 10, I'll use this one, 10, 11. And then we'll go ahead and start in with our fillers, and we'll see if we want to sneak those champagne roses in or our pink ones. Because I have some pink hydrangeas, a pink little garden roses. I have these beautiful little roses. I'm so tempted to use those. I love those. But, you know, You can't use everything that you, and these, oh, these are just lovely. These very light pale pink ones are so pretty. And I've got this that has the lamb's ear on it. And if I want to use this, which I do, I might just cut this part out. If I decide not to put this part, I would just cut that off if I decide not to put these in or something like that. Or, let me see. Oh, this one. This one right here is the one that's tempting me so bad to put these in there, and I might. But if I do, I'll leave that in there. But if I don't, then I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So I have this peony and this rose here, and I don't need to put glue on that one. So let me just turn it and see. Let's see how it's looking right now. I can see an empty spot right there. Let me turn it around where I can see it. And then I'm going to put one here. That's where that goes, absolutely. Okay. Can you see the difference that made? And I can see that we need one here. A peony right there, very low. Right there, very low. Now let me turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I have this one, and it broke off, so I'm going to make a stem for it, and we're going to use it. Yeah. I'm looking, I have 2 of these Amazon sent with my greenery, which I thought was really awesome. The seller sent 2 of these little bonus ones with that big pack of greenery, mixed greenery that I bought. So I do want to use it. Let's see where I put it. It has to be here somewhere. Okay, there it is. Yay, I found it. Okay, let me just buff it up. Easy to, and I don't have 3 of these, so I might actually put these 2 together and make one, and that's an odd number. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap a little piece of wire around the bottom of this one to kind of keep it together for me. Okay, just like this. I'm going to stem it, basically. Just go right around there like that. And no one's going to see it, but I am going to do it the proper way and go ahead and put we don't want to take any shortcuts. Let's just go ahead and put our floral foam in here. And if I were going to be custom making this for a bride, every stem before I put it into my arrangement, I would hot glue it and then stick it down there so it'd be more of a permanent arrangement. I'm not making this for a permanent arrangement because sometimes I like to change the colors, and it's just for the video. But if this were for a client, every stem I would put the hot glue on it before I put it down into my foam, okay? But just for video purposes, I didn't. Okay, so we're gonna make that really pretty, 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 pretty. See how pretty that is? Now let me figure out where I want to put it. I want to put it kind of close to the top. I think I'm just gonna put it right. I'm actually just gonna put it right there. And if I had 3 of these, I would do 3 of these, but I only have the 1, so. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off because I'm not really sure about the other flowers. But I do want to use it. But one thing about this right here, as you can see, I don't have this lamb's ear. I call it lamb's ear. I don't know what you call it, but I don't have it in other places in my arrangement. So I do have to cut a piece off to put one on this side and one on that side to make it work, okay? But I think I might use this. And I might put it right toward the center of my arrangement next to my center rose. Just that straight down in there, like that. Just like that. Okay? And see how pretty that is? But now I've got this little piece, so I'm going to make a stem for this. right now. I got a little stem here, and I'm gonna get a piece of little wire, and I'm gonna go ahead and wire that on there, and I'm gonna just stick it somewhere on the other side. And if I had one more piece of that, I would definitely use it. I hope everybody went to the store to get your materials, and you came back and you've restarted the video to make it with me. It's so fun. And leave in the comments how you're doing, any questions you have. Send me a picture to Floral Class with Kathy, Kathy. I would be thrilled to see a picture of anything that you make, answer any questions that you have. Okay. And like I said, this video, I'm not speeding up on anything. We're just doing it together. And I have one there, so I'm just gonna stick this low right there, and that's fine. And if I had another piece, I would put it on the other side, but I don't. Okay, now I gotta decide, do I want to put the pink roses in, or do I want to put the champagne roses in, or do I want to just go ahead and put in the rest of my filler and see what we think? Let's just go ahead and put the rest of our filler in and see what we think, because this is a very full arrangement already. Okay, and I'm just going to turn it and make sure that I have things the way I want it. And do you see how I put this here? I'm going to put some more of that. Let's go ahead and work with this. I bought this at my local craft store. It's $9.99, and I got it 50% off. And I got it for $5 a bunch, and there's 5 heads on there. And so I have 10 total because I bought 2 branches. I may not use all this. If you attend my classes or you watch my videos, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of, I love baby breath, I love it so much, but I'm not a big fan of when it's in gobs. I like it very few pieces here, and there may be 3 total. I don't like big gobs of it because it's so beautiful and elegant, but your roses are your focal point, okay? So this is so pretty. What I'm going to do with this is what goes up must come down. I'm going to put it at the top, and then I'm going to make triangles with it. It's just like so, right there. I'm putting that one there. So if I put that one there, we know for sure. Let me turn it. We put one here, we know a piece goes here and a piece goes here. Let me do that right now. Okay. So when you're working with odd numbers and triangles, it's really interesting because you already kind of know where to put things. You know, you don't really have to think about where to put it. You just think about what color flowers you want to get and make sure they're soft muted and color coordinated. And what I like about this right here, these roses have a slight tint of greenish. You know, the plastic ones I had a tint of yellow in the middle, but you'll notice these have a tint of, I wish you could see it that light, a tint of green, and this is perfect together. See that? Okay, so we put one here. What goes up must come down. So we're going to put this low, low, low. How low can you go? There we go. Low, low, low. Right here. And you're going to see how pretty that is, okay? Right here, I'm going to put it a little bit lower. As low as I can get that. I'd like that to go low. Okay, we got one here, here, and so we know one goes here. And we put another piece here. Here, right here, goes right there. When you know, you know. And it don't have to be in the exact same spot. Okay, now I'm going to turn it and put one in the top. So I put this really pretty one here at the top. I'm going to cut that right there. I'm going to put this one right here at an angle at the top. Okay, just like that. And then we know it goes there, so I'm making triangles. I'm going to go ahead and make my triangle with this one. And I'm going to put this one pretty low toward the bottom. Okay, my My wire cutter's got stuck. There we go. And I'm going to put this at the bottom, right there. That is where that goes, for sure. All right, so I have some leaves left, and I have a nice long stem. So like I said, we use everything. I might not use these leaves right now, but I can make a stem for it. I can use this stem for something. We use everything, and we buy quality flowers, okay? But definitely go to Dollar Tree and get your foam and your wire cutters, or just get your foam and your tape and your container. You know, we made this container, whatever you want, you can get, you know, get there, but always make sure and use quality silk blooms, okay? Because your arrangement will, in my opinion, turn out so much better. Okay, so we have another branch of this. We're gonna go, this is looking so full already. My goodness, let me see. So we're making triangles. We got one here, so we know one goes here, and I don't think I need those extra leaves because it's looking really full. So let me just cut those off. We don't need all of those because we have a lot. And we know where this one goes, right there. Okay, now, see, it's looking very pretty. We're just gonna look around and see. Let me check. And if you see, you may have too many leaves right here. We're gonna cut those out. That's too many. We don't need all those. And those were on our roses, so let me just cut those out. I don't need those there. Just kind of look at it and see, and don't ever be afraid to cut anything off if it's crowding or. And your roses need space. They don't need to be touching each other, but we did put those two together. But if you see that you have too many leaves in your arrangement, you don't want them to take away from your flowers by any means. So just cut those out if you see that you have too many. Yes. Yeah, some of these roses have too many leaves, but that's okay. I'm just going around cutting those out. I don't want any leaves covering my beautiful blooms for any reason. You may not have to cut all of them, but you may have to cut a few of them. And that's okay. Let's just cut those out. Because we don't want these overshadowing our beautiful roses by any means. So, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. And then we can drape these kind of down. Okay, let's see, where do we need any more of these? Let's see. We have them at the top. We have a wait, let's see. We're missing one right here for our triangle. Okay. When you look around, just see if you have everything you need for your triangle. And these have so many beautiful leaves on there, but I really don't need all these. I'm just going to trim those up. Just trim them off. And I see that we do need one right here. And you don't ever want any of your mechanics showing, so go around your arrangement and look for any holes you might have. Okay? Okay. Let's see how this is looking now. Okay. And there's, we don't want that one. And this is hanging, I don't want this to be taller than my rose, so I'm just going to trim that right off there. Just like that. Push that down just a little bit more, because this is I want this one to be the tallest thing in my arrangement right there. Oh, right here. Right there. Okay, now let me see. And this seeded eucalyptus is very beautiful and easy to use also. Okay. And see how these two are together like that? This one here, I'm going to take this one out. And I'm going to put this lower. I'm going to put this lower. Find a spot. And do you see how that leaf right there is covering my beautiful flowers? Let me cut that off. I don't need that for this one. And do you see how much better? You'll be able to see. Do you see how much better that looks when I brought it lower? Okay. Now I'm just going to turn it. And I'm going to arrange everything. Okay. Okay, let's see how it's looking. And some of this this right here that I put in there, this is, it's too tall. So I need to push that down lower into my arrangement. I don't need it sticking up that high. So that's all we're doing is when we go around checking everything. Okay, and I don't need this leaf sticking up right there. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Okay. And we want to make sure all of our bottom ones are going down. Okay, let me take a look. Let me take a look. We got our triangle here. And this is still way too tall in the middle at the top. So I'm going to cut that down just a smidgen. And that's, and put it at an angle a little bit lower. And that's going to be perfect. Okay. And I'm going to bend these down like this. And let's see. Okay, the two I put together, this one's needs to go in the arrangement a little bit more. All right, and this one like that. This goes like that. That one like this. Okay. And let me see if I have a little bit more eucalyptus to put on this side. That's a big gob, so I'm going to cut a little bit off. I hope you guys didn't fall asleep on me now. We're almost done. Okay. Stay with me a little bit longer. We're almost done. Okay. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, here we go. We're going to put another piece of this in here. And that's so pretty. Okay. Let's see how we're looking now. Let me see if I can hold this back for you guys. Closer. Okay, we have and you can put a few more leaves hanging down here if you want to. You can bend these down a little bit more. And I'm gonna push this up a little bit more in a minute because I don't like it hanging quite so low. Okay, I think this is just lovely, and you can see it's fairly even all around. Okay, and it's very strong. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. And if I would have hot glued my stems in there, it would be a permanent arrangement. Okay, I think that is just so pretty. Okay. All right. So now let's make a decision. We do have, if we want to add a pop of color, without it being too gaudy or anything, let's see what we might be able to do. We can take it out if we don't like it, okay? But I don't know how we wouldn't like it. Okay, I've got this cute one. This is the one that keeps tempting me. And my little garden roses. Let's see what would happen. What would happen if we decided to put one here? Here. Something here. And we made a triangle. We went all around with a triangle with these. What do you think? Very low in there. See, we could go all the way around with a triangle with these. If we wanted to, we could definitely make that work. I'm 100% convinced. Oh, and I did forget these. When you finish your arrangement, there's always that one last piece or two pieces you put in, and when it goes right in that exact spot, you're like, oh. And you know it's finished and it's perfect. Okay, so I did put these with my, I put a rose right here. I put a rose, remember I put the rose and I put the peony here, and then I put this here. So I did that on this side, so I've got two more pieces. I'm gonna put one right here, kind of low, and I'm simply gonna put one right here, and that actually finished off our arrangement. I put them right there. See? You see where I put them? right here and here. So that actually did finish it off. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Here we go. Is anything sticking up too high? And then I could just go around and just kind of get a better view of it if I'm not holding it up for you guys. And I could just go ahead and, do you see my triangle there? You see that? And then I made this my focal point, so I put those a little bit closer together. There it is. Okay, now let me see if I could do anything with these. Let's just see. It's beautiful, just beautiful the way it is. But I am very curious about these, so let me just cut up a piece and see what happens. And that leaf is way too low. We don't need it. Okay, and I'm gonna cut it at an angle. Okay, we're gonna fluff it up. Okay, now let's just see what would happen if we decided we wanted to use these. And let me see, I'm gonna stick it as far down as I can because I wouldn't want it to be taller than my other things. Okay. Let's get another one. Let's put a couple of these and see what we think. And leave in the comment what your opinion is. I would really appreciate it if all of you would like, share, and subscribe to my video. And ring that notification bell, and then you'll be notified when my next video comes up, okay? And let's see. Let's just keep seeing. I love this. Okay. I might would take that out. And I might would put it right there, low as I could get it. Like that. Do y'all like that? I think for right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it just like this for right now. And I'm going to push this one in a little bit more. This one is way too out, sticking way too far. I don't like that one sticking out that far. Let me cut this one down. Don't be afraid to pull them out and stick them back in. Let me just trim up a little bit. I didn't like how long that was. And I don't want the leaves in the foam. Okay, now let's see. Put that back in there. And always double check and make sure that none of your mechanics are showing, okay? You'll always want to make sure and check that. I'm just going to make a stem for this one. This one is just not sticking in there very good. I'm not liking that. I want everything to be secure. Okay, I'm just make a stem for this one here. This one's giving me some trouble. And that's okay. That's what our double check is for, just to make sure that everything is just right and where it needs to go. Because when you're making this for a client, you want it to be perfect. And you want your leaves to be shiny, and you want everything to be in place, and you want it to be nice and secure. Or if you're making it for your home, you want it to last a long time. And like I said, you can, if you don't put the hot glue on your stems, you can always add color. You can change color. And I'm actually, when I do make these for my daughter's wedding shower, I'm going to go buy some beautiful real white roses. And I'm going to use my water tubes, and I'm going to put some around. And I think that's going to be beautiful, and it makes my whole arrangement will look very realistic with my beautiful real roses, and it'll add fragrance to the arrangement also. So that's a good way that you can do yours. And even if this is just for your home, your end table, and or you're having company and it's a centerpiece, just add those real flowers in there with your water tube, and it's going to make your whole arrangement look so lovely and realistic, and it's going to smell so good for your dinner party. I highly recommend using your faux flowers and your real, mixing your faux and your real ones. A lot of my clients really love that. Okay, there we go. And then I don't know. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. This is our beautiful arrangement in our homemade vase. I'm holding it really high, but when it's sitting on the table, you're not actually going to be able to see very much of the container. But I think the container, the Dollar Tree container, if you'll scroll back to the first of the video, if you missed it, worked out perfect. I couldn't find one I liked on Amazon, so I made this one. And this is very shiny. Okay. So I'm going to just set it right here so you can see how much of the container you can actually see. Let's clean this area up for you. And there we have it. Good night, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'm going to be making more videos, so please like, share, and subscribe. Good night.